Hey guys, this is Jen. Alright, I'm getting ready to start up SCAL5. So you're starting your program here. This is the screen that will greet you. Okay, these are the projects that you have previously had working in SCAL5. Okay, so you can choose from them or you can come up here. You can choose open, which will open a current project that you have been working on, or you can recover. Okay, I'm going to choose a new. This screen will pop up. You can name, okay, so you can name it, choose your mat size, always this custom ScanNCut size mats. Okay, you can change all of this, the vertical, which it always has to be reading vertical in order for it to work on our ScanNCuts. Inches, millimeters, or centimeters, whichever you choose. Okay, click OK. And that will automatically open this up. Notice this right here. Okay, change that. Alright, so I do believe that this is a glitch within the program because that should have set that to that. I also recommend coming up to Edit Preferences. Set your SVG DPI to 96. That is what is required by the ScanNCut to maintain the size aspect if you choose to use SVG as your export extension. However, I recommend that you just use FCM. It literally takes a second to change that. Okay. Remember the last mat size. I do have this ticked. However, it does not remember that mat size. Auto scale mat to fit window. Yes. Keep mat visible while cutting. That has no effect on us that use the ScanNCut because our cutter is not hooked up to SCAL5 via a driver. Automatically switch property tabs on current selection. Yes. Embed images on project files. Yes. Edit. Constrain angle 15, that's when you like rotate your files, okay? Nudge 0.005, that's the little arrows that come up on this 2 arrow for never land. Also understand that you need to remove the things in never land before you export your file. If you don't, your ScanNCut may shut down on you, okay? Keep proportions as default. Yes. Do not keep proportions on free transform. I choose not to. That's why it is a free transform. Default shadow size. I have mine set at 0.050. You can choose whatever you want. Also note that anytime you are out here working in the program, you can override that at any point in time. Automatically simplify shapes. Yes. And the threshold, I have mine set all the way at 100. What this is doing is it is automatically removing as many nodes as possible, therefore decreasing the blade work on your ScanNCut, saving the life of your blade. And never fill open paths, that is correct. I choose this because I do not want the program filling an open path unless I tell it to by choosing tick boxes that are available to us out here within the program. Okay. All right. Understand, I will be sending CraftEdge a message regarding the inability to remember the mat size, and also when you choose it on the first screen, it also does not remember that. Okay. Show outlines only. That's a common box that people use. What it does, let me show you. It removes all the color from your item, okay? Move this down. You click the show outlines only, it removes all the color and just shows you the outline, okay? Show your print margin. That will show the margin that will be printed if you come up here to File and click Print, okay? That is also available in the Preview tab, okay? Show print margin right there. Okay. Show registration marks. If you have registration marks established within your program, you can allow them to be shown. Show the page color. This one is white. Watch this. Oh, that gets a little freaky, huh? So you can change your backing color if you choose. Okay. This one's pretty fun too. Show the template. Select the template. Right here, I like this little jar. Okay. That is pretty cool. You have yourself a little jar template there. Okay. I don't want that. I want this one. So you can make it as big as you want. Oops. A short little squatty one. Okay. Oops. You can fill it with color or not and just have the outline. Mirroring it, angling it. You can move to where you want it to be set on your mat. Okay. Because it is not clickable or draggable. Okay. It is not recognized. It is just a template. Alright? Okay. So, it is not red and it is not blue. It is not going to be recognized by the machine. Okay? So, that is what those new things to us are and how they are used. Okay? And to remove it, you just simply untick it. Okay? Now, under our effects, we have a new one, the bridge warp, which I refer to as like the bookend. Okay? So we've been able to do that for a while. We just had a lot more work. There's also the drop shadow, which I have a video on. Now it's just easier. The nesting. Okay? This is how you can arrange your settings in here. I don't have anything selected yet, but there is the nest effect. The QR code. You can generate your own QR code. URL, contact information, all this really cool stuff. Okay? Type in the URL there. Update preview, all that good stuff. Okay? And then Symmetrical Mirror. This is really cool. Okay, so let me pop up. Let me pop up something here. We'll do a flower. And a little heart. And put the heart like that. Okay. Effects. Check my auto preview. There's a drop shadow there. Changing your offsets. Okay. You can add that little inset, which gives you the space. Alright. Now that is just too cool for school. Okay. And that moves it out. Okay. And if you remove the foreground, update your preview. Okay, and click OK. And there you go. So there's your drop shadow. Okay, next we're going to go to Symmetrical Mirror. This black box indicates where it is going to be mirrored at. Okay, so it's going to be left to right, right to left, top to bottom, bottom to top. Okay, if we do right to left, you can choose to add a center line. update preview right here. Okay. Remove the center line, update preview. There you go. Okay. You can choose where you want that line. Okay. Left to right. Update preview. All right. You get top to bottom. And then bottom to top. And again, you can change let's do it in a more drastic number so you can actually see a difference. And it's still not that big of a difference. Let's do it. We'll put 3. Update preview. Okay, there we go. So that's the difference with those. But again, totally up to you, whatever you want to do. If you like it, don't like it. It's an option that was added for us, okay? So I think it's a pretty cool little feature. The next one that was added, let's go get a font here. Okay. So there's that one, which kind of adds a hard point to it. Okay. When you click the straight warp, that adds that hard point. Okay. If you don't have it, that adds that nice little roundness. This is how you change the size. Because you're like, man, I need it a little bigger. You can capture that by increasing the size right here. Syncing offsets will totally ruin this. Okay? Yeah, so don't utilize the sync offsets. But that gives you that bookend look. Okay? Now if you get going crazy, okay, you can do some funky stuff with it, but it's totally up to you how you approach things, what the look you want, okay? But that's how it's used. Okay. All right. Okay, and there is an effect or a path function in here, stroke to path. Okay, so this path, stroke to path, doesn't look like it did anything. Yes, it did. Move that out of the way. Well, all it looks like it did was gave me an unfilled outline. Well, crap, Jen, I can get that by clicking on this, going to the paper tab, and clicking show outlines only. Same thing, right? No, if you notice, if you look closely, there is a difference. This one is darker. And this one, when I hover in it, it doesn't light up. This one, see my cursor? That's telling me there's something different about this. When I highlight this, and I come here to this palette, it's telling me there's a fill that is red, and there is no stroke. Well, that's totally backwards from what this is visually telling me. This is visually saying that the stroke is a gray color and that there is no fill. What this means is that this is a double line. So, in order to see if I am correct, I'm going to blow this up. Yes, there is a double line. You can see it, and it's split right there, but to see it clearly, let's go to preview. Yes, there's the double line. So what this then tells me is that I technically should be able to come to the wrench tool and make me a thicker part. Yay, good. Okay, so no more back minus front and stuff to get an outline. Okay, so let's say you needed an outline of something. Maybe not that thick, maybe you need a little bit thinner. So you do a 0.20. There you go. So there's your thin outline of stuff. And that's with anything. It doesn't need to be a heart or anything like that. I don't know. Can we do it with fonts? Yeah, stroke to path. Nope, I guess not fonts. Let's try that again. Stroke to path. Please don't shut down on me. Oh, poo. I'll be right back. Okay, no, so it does not look like it's available with fonts as they are grouped. Well, let's try to ungroup them and see. Oops. Yep, you gotta ungroup it. So as long as you ungroup your fonts, you can do the path. So basically, it seems like if you ungroup something that didn't work, you can do the stroke to path thing. Okay, so then that will allow you to come in here and get a nice little outline. And wait for it to work because I'm asking it to do an awful lot. It's probably going to throw me out for a day. Tell me not to come back. Okay, so there it is. Yep. Nice little outline there. Okay. All right. Okay, so the last effect is nest. Okay. And this is like the interval that we all have on our scan and cut. And the wrench button on the machine, you can set it between 1 and 10. And then that becomes the auto arrange button that is on the landing screen. When you come over, it's the 3 triangle button that is directly above the background scan and below the circle, square, triangle button that takes you into the editing screen. Okay, so it's that middle button on the left side. You can also use this in SureCuts a lot. So here is my scan and cut size mat. You can choose your spacing to be whatever you want. So I want to make it really, really low. Okay, so if I'm cutting this out of paper, do not make it really, really low if you're trying to cut it out of fabric. Okay. Let's do update. And it takes a little while, because it's figuring out placement. Okay, there it just stuffed them all together to try to save as much room as possible for me. Okay, so let's take our max rotations down. Fit threshold, let's take them down and see if there's any difference. Okay, so the max rotation I had is 1, meaning it can only rotate it 1, which is pretty much none. So that's why they all look like that. So I'm going to put it up to 12, and I'm going to take this up to 10, and let's do an update. So the more rotations you allow, the better, because that's going to allow the program to rotate your images as much as possible, okay? So what you will do is whatever you have, tweak to try to get the best fit. If you use shortcuts a lot, if you have the machine, do it on your machine. A lot of times that will give you a better fit tolerance, okay? All right, so you've seen what the different numbers and the rotations and threshold, what they did for me, okay? So basically, I am only using 2 inches of my paper to cut all of those, okay? And because I utilize the low and slow method, I know that when I cut these, they will actually cut out correctly. So I'll hit OK, and I know that that'll work. All right. And for those that have never used shortcuts a lot before, please ensure that you come in here and set your custom size mats, okay? 11.65 wide, 11.73 high, save preset. I have mine titled 12 SNC. You can do whatever you want. And then come back in and do your 24-inch mat, because all machines cut on the 24-inch mat. Only 700, 900, and 650 can scan the 24-inch mat, and that includes the background scan, okay? If you ever forget these sizes right here, they are available on your machine screen. Just tap the wrench button, and on that first page will come up cut area. Right there are your mat sizes. Okay, but make sure you set those and click Save Preset, then name them 12 SNC or whatever you want them to be called. Okay, you don't have to name them what I did. That's just what I prefer. Okay, and then that will be saved at all times. Come in before you start anything else. Make sure it says 12, or make sure your ScanNCut size mat is in there. Again, I teach for the ScanNCut because that's the cutter that I use. Okay, note, when I come up here and I click on the X, when this comes up, understand this Save Changes will come up for every project you have open. If you have 4 different projects open, 4 different Save Changes will come up. So if I click Yes, look at what comes up. Documents, Craft Edge, My Projects. Oh, so this is very, very nice. So let's do Parts. Okay, so let's reopen Shortcuts 5 and take a look and see if it's actually in our Projects area. Okay, I know it's sitting in here, but let's click New Project. Oh, now it's remembering my ScanNCut size mat. I must have scared it when I said it was going to tell on it, because I've had this open for quite a long time. Okay, so now let's click on my project. Yep, it's saving all of them in here. Okay, so let's see if we can remove those. Yep, so you just click, sorry, you just right click delete file, and that will remove them. Okay, if you do not want them in there. I honestly do not recommend saving a lot of projects inside Shortcuts a lot, because that will cause it to run slowly and shut down frequently on you. At least it did for the Shortcuts a Lot 4 program. Okay, I'm not speaking of the SCAL5 because I am not sure. I have not had it long enough functioning up and running and using it fluently like I do SCAL4 to be able to tell you. Okay, some of the other remaining things is you can have guidelines on here Horizontal or vertical, you can set them, your X and your Y. If you have like a 5, 5, and you apply lock and add, you just seen that pop up right here at the 5, okay? That's the horizontal. Then you can add your vertical. Same way. You can add that. Then it popped up right there, okay? Then you can come in here and remove all horizontal, remove all vertical, okay? You can also come in here to your view, your snap to, and have them snap to your guides, okay? I usually snap to bounds and center on all of my designs. That's why when you see me working in program in some of my videos, you'll see those blue lines come up. That helps me to make sure things are even. But then there's times when I want things to not be even, so I go up to that view and untick those snap tos. Okay. Let's see what else is there. We've already went through that one. The colors, that's the same. Choosing the colors is a little bit different though. You have this now, but it's still the exact same. You just pick your color. You still have your patterns and your gradients. That is the exact same. Okay, same way. So if you need help with that, search gradient in my name. Pattern. Still the exact same. If you need help with that, search pattern and my name on the YouTube channel. Line is still the exact same. If you need assistance with this, because you can make your own dashes, search line in my name or dash in my name. This is still the exact same with the exception of clipping to path and mask. Okay, and then you also have that, I believe, in as object. Yes, same place. Okay, this is the picture form, that's the word form. Okay, and then our text button. Sizing is standard, or you can have a fixed height or fixed height proportional. Okay, and then here, this one, that's actually pretty cool. Have you ever typed something okay, and you would like them to be the same size all the way across, but you don't want to monkey with that? Okay, you can actually utilize this, and then that little button pops up there. Okay, you can adjust characters and words like that. Okay, or you can do the character width. That's what I like, because then it looks more complete. Okay, center kind of returns it, but you just come in here and mess around with these because it's a lot of fun. Okay, oh my kid. Okay, another really cool little thing is fixed height and then fixed height proportional. Okay, so that's just an option that they've added. Okay, and then our skew. Okay, you can skew the letters. This works as when the last one wouldn't ever work for us. Okay, but you have it there and you have it there. So lots of different things for you to play with now. Let me return this to 0. Okay, but I really like the proportion thing now. It just makes your words look a little bit more playful. Okay, you also, the font, you can load your fonts from there. Okay, also right here in the little font thing, you can add it to your favorites right here now. Okay, so whatever font you're using, if you like that, you can tap that and it will add it to your favorites. Also this, you can go right to a letter doing that. I used to just type it right there. You click on that, make it blue, and it'll go for you there. But now you have this drop down box. You can also access your favorites. Okay, and remove a font from your favorites if you no longer like it. Just a bunch of cool little things they added for us. Okay, so I'm fairly certain that that's about all of the new additions for those of us that own and utilize SCAL5 with the ScanNCut. If you guys have any further questions, feel free to contact me on ScanNCut, Canvas, and Scal Help on Facebook. Thanks a lot, guys. Have fun.